Everyone, how's it going? Sorry, my chair is hooked. Our carpet there's a little uneven. Well, get this stream up and running. See how everything goes tonight. And watch it flip back and forth. And not keep that up. That's weird. Well, tonight we're going to review a video and talk a little bit about some of the exploring world and maybe a little YouTube later. Hey, ACJS, how's it going? And I might talk a little bit later about the weekend Sean and I had. We had pretty much what was a very rough one. Well, it was a rough bunch of hiking going on and stuff, and good explorers. It was well worth it. It was what we feel urban exploring truly is about, and we actually think that a lot of urban explorers aren't are really missing out on the urban exploring what it really is anymore. It's just the biggest, baddest, coolest thing. Hey, Lord Explorers. Urbexy. Hey, Walter. Well, ACJS. It's good, better to be busy. Walter, how's it going out there out west, man? Been watching a lot of your little snippet videos. I like that. And I noticed you got the camera turned in landscape mode. Nice. We'll just talk a little while, everyone, and then people come in a little bit, and we'll do the video. Tonight's video will be from Antonis in Greece, and I will have to stop the sound just before the end of the video or mute it real quick. He did let me know that he does, Antonis did let me know he does have a copyrighted song at the end. So instead, I have to go back through and jump through hoops and re-edit and repost like I did last week's live stream. I had to repost it. Some people wondered about that. I thought, hey, isn't that the same show? Well, it was, but I had to cut a section where the copyrighted song was because I actually took a copyright hit. Thankfully, the owner of the copyright was very nice. Did not do anything. They would either take the money from my video, which sucks for me, or I had to remove it, so I was able to edit it out and repost. So that's what I did. So I'm going to ask anybody, if you want me to review your videos, you make sure there's no copyrighted content in it, or if there is, let me know. If it's at the end, like Antonis' video tonight, I can at least stop the video or stop the sound before. Hey, Steve, you did make it. How's it going, man? I knew you said you had tonight off. And I'm sorry I couldn't do yours tonight, but I already had Antonis' set up to go and talk to him last week. But I will definitely get one of yours in here. Finders, Beepers, History Seekers. I like that. That is probably one of the best urban exploring names ever. It's cool. Well, thanks, Bobby, for coming. I'm glad you got the notification. I don't know if anybody saw, I did post some of Sean and I's, a few pictures from Sean and I's last weekend up on Instagram. Yes, I used my Instagram. I would have done some live videos on Instagram or YouTube from the explorers this weekend. But where we were, there was no signal. And I'm not joking, no signal. You couldn't text. You couldn't do nothing. So we were in backwoods, big time. And very rarely in America are you in an area where Verizon Wireless has no signal. So you can get the idea where me and Sean were. We were in Nowheresville. And we ding, 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 ding. Oh boy. So if you go to my Instagram, if you haven't already seen it, I got some of the pictures up. We had an epic weekend. It was rough hiking. Kiefer Leaf, how's it going, man? I haven't seen Cindy yet, Bobby. But yeah, we did a lot of hiking through the woods, and it was really crazy. A back roads highway, not a real big highway. Something travels to very small towns, and another end nobody travels it. Saw something off in the woods, and started hiking through the woods, and found a whole lost farm in one area with some cars left in that have been there at least 13 years. At least 13 years left in this abandoned barn, and a lot of this is collapsing. A little more hiking through some woods. We actually found an abandoned shack and 2 abandoned houses. And it was crazy. One of the houses doesn't look like anybody's been there since 1982 at the latest, or at the earliest, whatever. So it's been uninhabited since then. And we found a little old church. This is like Laura Ingalls Wilder, Little House on the Prairie old. This little church still has the lead glass windows. You can see the rippling in the glass. It was out in the middle of nowhere across from a little cemetery. It's well kept and still used today. And this church was never even wired for power. The pews are original. The old original piano sitting there with some of the piano strings are rusted in half. So it's like, holy heck. It was a really good long weekend, but I was so upset I couldn't do live streams from it. I love doing live streams from Explorers, but we had zero signal. There was a little town not too far away. We drove there. Most of the people there do not have cell phones. The guy at the gas station admitted the cell phones do not work in town. It's like, holy crap. How do you live? So it was crazy how, this little town has no cell service from any company. No joke. Crazy. They have internet through satellite. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Lord Explorers. It was cool. We didn't even expect to find the church. And then I wish I could get this on video. I'm videoing through the Glendo, looking in it, trying to get a video of, because we couldn't get in. Not that we knew of. All of a sudden I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is the inside. Sorry, everybody, we can't get in. And Sean's inside. He just pulled on the door. And it was supposed to be locked, but the lock didn't hold, and it just pulled right open. So that was really weird. Boy Meets Food Review. New Verizon phone call. New here. Hey, how's it going, Boy Meets Food Review? Yeah, no, we were in an area where even Verizon, and in America, Verizon has the best coverage. It just does, and I'm not doing a commercial for them. My wife's had another company. I've had friends of other companies. Sean has had another company. They all ended up gravitating to Verizon. It was weird where we were. And that's Antonis, everybody. His video is the one we'll be playing here in a few minutes. Which one, Urbexy? Or no, you're talking Finders Beepers. Okay. Yes, Antonis is. I did pick. He knows which video I picked of his. We're going to be doing this abandoned resort hotel he found, and it is seriously right on the coast. This thing has got amazing views. It is one of my favorite explorers from him. So I wanted to use this video, but we will do that in about 2 to 4 minutes here. I'll be using my source network where I was. Yeah, it happens even in this day and age. Boy Meets Food Review. You will find an area your phone just won't work, and unfortunately, we had all these epic explorers and powering through the woods and getting out. Sean did a cliffhanger in this house. I don't think I got on video very well. Part of this house had collapsed inside the second house, and it was a big drop. The piano was in the basement in this one house. Half the floor of 3 rooms is in the basement. Well, there's an area sticking out this wide, a little tipped, along the wall to get to the steps to go upstairs to the side of the house that's still solid. And Sean did a cliffhanger around and up. So, wow, Sean was really on it. And then we kind of got down and had to do the same thing to get out. And we had a very angry raccoon in the rafters hissing at us. So I was like, woof. Wow, Finders Beavers did 12 videos in 4 days. We did... 1, 2, 3. We did 4 in one and 1 in another. So we did 5 in 2 days. Something like that. Well, the one we weren't even really exploring. But so it was like 4 in 1 day. Is all we did this weekend. Yeah, Lord Explorers. I watched that video where you're talking about you got the mansion coming up. You got a couple good videos, man. And I did get your last notification, Lord Explorers, but the one before I did not get. So I'm still 50-50 on your notifications, man. Now, lucky isn't everything, Bobby. Lord Explorers puts a lot of work into finding places. I mean, like I said, Sean and I, we just went out and we cruise around back areas trying to, well, see what we can find. That's how we found this, hiking through woods, and thought we saw something in the distance. Even with the I couldn't get much footage because they're so buried in a 2-story house, barely sticking I could barely see a square of it from the drone. It's crazy. All right. You guys, there's 13 of us here. You want to do Antonis's video? I'm gonna have to mute it right at the end because he did warn me it does have a copyrighted song. Lord Explorer. Ooh, you're going, dude. If you're gonna go 3 hours away, you might as well. You and I are gonna have to link up sometime. We're not that far away. We're only like 3-4 hours away from each other. And let's see here if I can get this puppy to come up. Well, that's good. Finders Beepers. Everybody check him out. Urbexy knows of him, obviously. And I know I've seen some of his vids. But if you're an urban explorer or urban exploring fan, check each other out. If you like what you see, sub, watch. I watch people's videos. I check out urban exploring pictures, as Bobby can tell you. I like urban exploring. Yes, our Lord Explorers, we definitely have to collab sometime. We live too close to not to. Let's see here. Let's forgive anything that may happen here because this thing doesn't like to hold my place. So I have to go back. Yep. See, it's going to make me redo. Good grief. So here you guys get to see his site, Antonis M. And he's got a good amount of videos going on here. But this right here is the one we're going to watch today, the Abandoned Hotel. And I will warn you, he is from Greece. This is not all in English, but exploring comes through no matter what. At least I think so. I watch a lot of foreign explorers. So I don't understand a darn thing. I got a Russian one I really like, so I don't understand it. This is Antonis. I believe he has a little subtitling at the beginning for us. And I hope you guys like this video. And once again, the review is here for good, bad, what you think could be improved, or what you would like to see from him. So here we go. See if I can get this puppy to come up, and we'll play it.
Γεια σε όλους. Βρισκόμαστε σε εγκατελειμμένο ξενοδοχείο. Φύγαμε.
Making sure you guys can see that and it's coming through okay and sound-wise and everything. Making sure you guys can see that and it's coming through okay. And okay.
Γεια σας. Θα ήθελα να κλείσω ένα δωμάτιο. Μάλλον θα πρέπει να περιμένω.
Hey, Pajerko.
Εδώ πρέπει να ήταν τα μαγειρία.
It might be, guys. I'm not sure. Antonis was here a second ago. I know the time zones are different in his country to here, so I don't know if sure he got to leave. But yeah, I believe this is with his phone, unless he hears and answers. And I believe this, yes, this is mainland Greece, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. He is here. Which iPhone, Antonis? Oh, Urbexy. I've seen some of Antonis's videos. If you check out his vids, some do have graffiti. I don't think any country except maybe Japan is low on graffiti.
Εδώ πρέπει να είναι ο Λέβητας. Είναι ένα μικρό εργαστήριο. Και κάποια άλλα δωμάτια που μάλλον θα θέλω να πάω μετά. Εντάξει. Εδώ Εδώ έχει ένα χρηματοκιβώτιο. Νομίζω να ανοίγει.
Here too, urbexy, in some areas. How secluded is this, Antonis? Is this well known, or is this actually hidden away very well so most people don't know it's there?
Και αυτός είναι ο κεντρικός χώρος υποδοχής, λογικά. Είναι αρκετά χρόνια παρατημένο αυτό το μέρος. Εδώ είναι το σασέρ, αλλά μάλλον δεν θα δουλεύει, άρα θα πάμε από τις σκάλες.
I like all that marble and everything's still there and in one piece and looks so good and clean. Have to use the stairs. Thomas isn't a good safe cracker? $10. Wow. Even now, it looks like you'd do some work to it, and it would still be able to be used as a nice hotel still. Look at these views.
Πολύ όμορφη μέρα σήμερα. Πολύ ωραία μέρα για urbex.
Yeah, look at that. The pool deck. Look at that. I don't know, and this is ungroomed. This is 10 years of ungroomed views. So imagine how it looked 10 years ago. Ooh, hot fashion.
Εδώ η φύση έχει κάνει μια πολύ ωραία δουλειά. Έχει σκεπάσει όλο το μπαλκόνι. Τώρα αλήθεια τα φωτιστικά, ρε φίλε, ήταν κρυμμένα.
Oh, wow.
Αυτό δεν το έχω ξαναδεί.
Yeah, no kidding, Urbexy. That's a great idea. Got a pool deck, great views like that, Urbexy. Jeez.
Λογικά στον τρίτο όροφο.
Those chairs look like they're from the 70s. Hobo Hotel. Yeah, no kidding.
Εδώ η υγρασία έχει κάνει αρκετά μεγάλη δουλειά. Τέλεια. Εδώ θα απολαύσουμε τη θέα μαζί. Τέλεια.
Oh, this is so cool.
Τέλεια. Θα βρισκόμαστε στην ταράτσα.
Hey, do or die. Paint over all the mold. Hey, there's some paint now you can paint over mold. It actually kills the mold and covers it. Yes, I did see that. Hey, Fuzz. We're reviewing a video from Antonis from Greece on explore of an abandoned hotel. Sorry, everybody, got to do this. I got to keep track of where I'm at in the video. So I have to stop, mute the sound at a certain time. Which I'm not sure how to do on this thing.
Μια παλιά τηλεόραση. Μια μηχανή του δασών. Adams, Apple. Πρώτη φορά το βλέπω αυτό. Snaps. Παλιό κασετόφωνο.
Oh yeah, tape deck.
Αρκετά πράγματα εδώ μέσα. Τα pick-up.
Getting a storm, Fuzz?
Ταμιακή.
We're actually not too bad here.
Και άλλη ταμιακή.
Well, I've never flown that far even.
Δεν ξέρω τι είναι. Και αυτό.
I've been to 48 out of the 50 United States, but I've never flown. I've actually never been out of the country.
Μια όμορφη παλιά γραφομηχανή. Εντάξει, δεν μπορείς να την πεις παλιά, αλλά είναι παλιά. Με αγγλικούς.
Pre-internet. Oh, dude, Urbexy, that's a good idea. Urbexy, we could have a big urban explorer meetup at this hotel. It'd be like the abandoned hotel for explorers, you know. Abandoned meetup at an abandoned hotel.
Εδώ φαίνεται ότι ο χώρος πήρε φωτιά.
Hey, RJ32.
Χρονική στιγμή. Και έχει κάποια δωμάτια.
Heck yeah, Rexy.
Βρισκόμαι στο ισόγειο.
Well, you want to fix it up too much, Bobby, then other people want to come and it ruins our whole abandoned vibe. Want to keep it kind of a quiet little place. Oh, heck yeah, Jericho. Wow. All right, Antonis, your job is to go up there and start, getting this place ready. And let us know when you got it ready for us to come on over. Well, Lord Explorers, you have to make sure it's only explorers because they're the only ones you can really trust. Wow.
It's in the bar.
See, we clean the pool and fill. Look at that view. Look at those balconies. Got the marble top bar outside. Oh, that would be the ultimate explorer holiday. And you only have explorers come. So you put out the word to only a certain amount of explorers, certain ones we know, and we meet there and have like a week there of our own place. Then we can join Antonis in exploring some places in Greece with him. Talk about an explorer's holiday. But Jericho in the mirror, yeah, no kidding. Hey man, I've had a couple of those mirrors. Lord Explorers just had a mirror in one of his vids lately. Take a look at that, guys. About scared the crap out of him in one of his vids. His buddy, I tell him, no, it's just a mirror. Nice, Urbexy. RJ32, this is Antonis M's video. He is a Greek explorer, and he thinks he might be the only one in Greece. He can't seem to find anybody else. This is an abandoned resort hotel. Sorry, everyone, I gotta keep track of this, so I don't want to mute. There. Sorry, everybody, I had to mute because the song is copyrighted. But Antonis did let me know. Yeah, look at that. Wouldn't that be, look at that place. See those pictures he's showing there? Wouldn't that just be amazing to have an urban explorer's only vacation in an abandoned place? Oh, that would be so cool. Well, that is the one I picked out of Antonis's videos. Yep, sorry. Supposed to be switching over. There it is. Now, see, there you go, everybody. Let him know what you thought. The good, if you saw anything you think you could improve. Anything like that. Lord, if it's so, Lord Explorers Antonis is on Instagram. And Antonis, feel free to post any links for your stuff, your Instagram, anything else on here in the chat. So feel free, man. There. You have the power to do that. There. Yeah, it did. He really did a good job with it. That's one of my favorites of his, and I wanted to give you guys, you know, one of my favorites from him. I don't, like I said, I don't go looking for anybody's worst video or their first video or something. I want to represent the Explorer really well. You know, one of my favorites from him. I don't, like I said, I don't go. Yeah, his cam work is much better than mine. It just is. I'm too hyper. I'm like a squirrel in places, and he just really panned around nice. And you can't find a better location. I think RJ32, you get a chance to go back and take a look either on his channel or here on the stream. Then you can watch the chat. But like I said, you can go to Antonis' channel, watch it. But it is just such an amazing location. And I think all of his talking about how we could do a great Urban Explorers only vacation at that place. Wouldn't that just be amazing? I mean, wow. Hey, Exploring with Jay, how's it going? You just missed our review of Antonis M's video, urban exploring video of an abandoned resort in Greece. He says it was a 3-star hotel. But man, the views of this place, the pool deck, the bars outside, it looks easily 4-star to me. I mean, wow. Well, the only thing I can see that I would say maybe change, I don't mind filming with phones. I film 95% of everything well, not 95, about 90% of everything I film with my phone. Then I also have my GoPro and my drone and stuff. Maybe a slightly newer, I don't know what number iPhone that was. I haven't seen even most iPhones be a little bit, I don't know, quite cloudy or unfocused. But your filming is dead on, man, and you couldn't have picked a better location. And you really did good at your transitions and giving us all something to see, that I think. Oh, yeah, thanks, Jay. Yeah, I have a penchant for weird t-shirts. I got He-Man and Skeletor and Bacon as candy shirts. That's just me. I mean, come on, DuckTales for exploring. Come on, everybody, that works. They did a lot of that. Oh man, Antonis, you're right. You could. I mean, you got to wonder how much it would cost. I mean, I don't even know what flight is over there. The bad thing is for me to fly, I have to fly. I can't fly coach. Can't be that close to so many people. I have to wear a mask and do my meds on the airplane. But boy, could you imagine if we could all get there and do just 20 people, 20 urban explorers, some videographers, some as stills people, just staying there and going out into Greece and exploring for like a week or two. Oh, well, Pajerico, maybe there's our new goal. Tell Antonis to keep that place in shape for us. Oh, man. That would be great. Oh, so next week, I think, let's see. Next week, I'm going to do an explore from, it's either going to be, and I'm going in an order on a list I have. It's either going to be Tenzo Roku or Adjusta. I also have Urbex Steve wants me to do one of his, but I'm also trying to work with a night he's off. He's off tonight, but I already had Antonis in line. So I'm going to try to work with a night he's off. I also have Urbexy on the list here. And Lord Explorers is on here. Because there's another. I felt bad because I've not been getting Lord Explorers notifications. Thank you, YouTube. Even though it was on. For a while, I just thought he was being a little dormant lately. Then I found out he's got like 6 videos I haven't seen. It's like, crap. Well, next week, I already got people on the list, Lord Explorers. Next one's either going to be Tenzo Roku or Adjusta. I got to go through and see which one has a video I prefer to use. And then I've got, it's either going to be Urbex Steve, sorry, cheese, or you, Lord Explorer. So I'll get them in there. Everybody's got to let me know once again. Antonis let me know right away. He had something copyrighted there, so I had to mute. Now I hope I muted it in time because a teeny bit I'm not gonna get in trouble for. But let me know if you have anything copyrighted in there because I have to be able to remove it, or if it's too much of it, I can't play it. Oh no, Lord Explorers, I'm just gonna choose. Yeah, Antonis had 2 or 3 videos I was trying to pick from. Even his last one, I know a lot of people have seen his latest one, the porcelain factory one. That was really cool. So I picked one of his ones that really is my favorite just because of the looks of the place. I've actually watched that video 3 or 4 times. Well, I'm glad everybody's enjoying these reviews. I mean, I'm enjoying doing it. We all get to see something different, people we haven't seen before, or even discuss a video we have seen before. Oh, Jay, you've got a haunted school you're filming Saturday night. Cool. Well, Lord Explorers, like I said, I don't go out looking for the worst video from anybody out there. No matter what videos you have for urban exploring, I will try to find, put your best foot forward. I will definitely try to find one of the best of anybody. If you have suggestions on which ones you want me to do, go ahead and put them in, Instagram them, whatever you want to me or whatever, or email them. I'll look at the suggestions, and there's probably a chance I'll use one of those suggestions, but yeah, the reviews, it really is fun. It gets us to see stuff. And see, I enjoy doing that because Antonis has a wholly different view of urban exploring than we have. 100%. Just like Pajerico's got stuff totally different from I have. Him and Rebecca are over there cheating with some really nice old stuff. But boy, if you want to get into a battle of old, Antonis could go dig some stuff up that really makes Pajerico's stuff look like it was just built last week. So yeah. RJ32, yes. Sorry, this is my list. I already did him. He was up on the top. Sorry. Sometimes just having a nice piece of paper on the post-it note's nice. I'm glad I'm getting enough people who want to have. I've got a good list here. Okay. Yes, please, everybody. I thank you, Pajerico. Please, for not just me, but for anybody you watch, on live stream or their video at all, make sure you hit the like. That does matter on YouTube's algorithms. Just as anybody that is monetized. Don't have to watch a 3 to 5 minute commercial, I understand. But please try to watch at least one commercial or ad, whatever you want to call it, from your monetized subscriptions, not just me, because that helps YouTube and us. YouTube has to have a good showing for the advertisers. If the advertisers don't jump on YouTube's ass, then YouTube jumps on us again. So let's keep YouTube happy. That's what I'm kind of trying to do right now. And it doesn't hurt for us to maybe get an extra gallon of gas to go out and do these places. It doesn't matter. No, Exploring a J, your videos don't have to be, exploring with Cody, amazing cinematography. That's not what we're after. All we're after is, are you trying to show us something that you think is cool and beautiful or neat, or that you really like and want to preserve? That's all we care. I've got some videos on mine that aren't gorgeous. It is what it is. We're just looking to see what you're showing us. And if we do see good stuff, we're going to tell you. And people, if they do see your filming is not as good, or they think they want to give you suggestions, if you're new, that all it does is improve you. And improves everything for everybody to watch. Exactly, Lord Explorers. Like Lord Explorers just started having his partner film him a little more on his Explorers. I was just mentioning it to him, and he went and had it. He's doing it. And it really helps his videos, I think, because now people get to see him instead of just his friend. So I think this is going to work out real good. I'm going to stick with just doing 1 2-hour stream on Tuesdays right now, because my voice between my other streaming stuff with dude behind the camera and everything does take a lot out of me. As I'm streaming on 4 channels right now, and that does tend to burn up your voice. But yeah, I got a lot on the list to do here. And Jericho, boy, if I wouldn't get not a copyright strike, but a parental strike where they don't want to advertise on it, I would use Jericho's little bloopers video where Mother Nature just totally attacks him, everybody. We've already found out now that Mother Nature, and Thomas are trying to give Jericho a heart attack. I'd love to use that here, but I'm sure that would get me pretty much demonetized. And not like everything's about money, but you do some work, you'd like a penny here or there. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat, everyone. Well, yeah, see, that's one thing. I don't know how much any of you use a cell phone. This one here has an actual feature on it where it will video in front of you and at you at once. It'll actually do 3 positions at once, but the third, doing it 3 screens seemed a little confusing. So sometimes I've seen people mount their phone next to their main camera if they're not using their phone as their main camera, and run that option also. Sorry, I'm just... good. Yeah, Lord Explorers, that's good. You need to have... Might do a face reveal at 10K? Well, you... Okay. Banned in Japanese internment camp. Yeah, you were telling me about that RJ32. RJ32 and I were talking on the phone here a couple days ago. And yeah, he was telling me about going down and doing an internment camp. That'd gotta be pretty cool to see. Oh, that's what we're here for. See, now Exploring a J, that's what we're here for. We're not here to grab somebody and pick on their video and pick it to death. Yeah, I do want people to say if there are things they think should be improved or they didn't like, or oops, don't do that. And tell whoever's video we're watching, including mine if we're doing one of mine. We're here to improve our video skills for the rest of everybody to watch, including other explorers or just fans. And yes, urban explorers definitely have fans. People love seeing a lot of this stuff. Well, there was a couple things I wanted to talk about tonight. And this is kind of within the urban exploring, definitely in the urban exploring world. One thing, now the big urban explorers, we've talked about them a good amount lately. Well, from what me and Sean did the other day, we're out walking, wading through the woods, and we found I mean, the one picture you can barely see a 2-story house stuck in the woods. The woods are grown up right next to it because it's been abandoned since 1982. But this is stuff you don't see on the big urban explorers anymore. Well, okay. Sorry, I'm going to stop for a quick second. I want to answer this question. Jay, I am in what is called the Quad Cities. You probably know it. You're not too far from me. It's Iowa, Illinois, metro area on the Mississippi River. It covers 430,000 people, and we're right on the Mississippi River. So I'm Quad Cities. In Chicago is Lord Explorers. Well, Greece, Pajerico, and everybody else will throw their country out here, I'm sure. And Bobby's in America. Boise, Idaho. But Sean and I are traipsing through the woods, trying to get through and weave in and out of these tight grown trees and everything to get to this house. And Sean brought up a good point. He's like, you know what? You don't see things like this on the bigger urban exploring channels anymore. They go to these big places. Tons of them that seem to have power and no dust in them anymore. But they seem to not. They seem to. I don't know. Sean was of the thought that he would loved what we were doing this weekend more than he's seen on a lot of the big guys' channels lately. Sorry, my voice. He feels that a lot of the big urban explorers have gotten big and forgotten what urban exploring really is. And that kind of set me thinking. What do you guys think? I mean, Lord Explorers, hey, Brian, Lord Explorers just did some videos, and he did a video of a house he found using Google satellites or maps or Google satellite, whatever it is, and found this thing in the middle of nowhere, and he drove himself hours there and then hiked out to this thing. That's urban exploring. Also, I've seen Lord Explorers where he's found stuff just by walking around. But Jericho, him and Thomas drive around looking. I know a lot of people on here drive around, hike around. But are the big guys doing this anymore? I know it seems like a lot of the big guys are recycling sites pretty heavily the last year. I mean, a lot. R&K all day, and Josh and John and all them, they've been doing the same sites. I mean, they traded sites is what they did. They've been doing the same sites within the same couple months, which I don't mind seeing a different perspective on a place. I really don't. I like perspective. I like seeing somebody else's point of view. But it's when they start doing it too much, where they are always they might as well just go out together. Well, Jay, if I ever get to Wisconsin, or if you want to come down to this area sometime, let me know. I am going to hook up with Lord Explorer sometime yet this summer, so maybe you can get in on that. Yes, Jay, and we've talked about that here a lot. A lot of the bigger channels have gone clickbait, and even not just some bigger channels, just some urban explorers. The whole paranormal haunted thing is becoming a big thing in the exploring world from explorers that never have mentioned haunted or paranormal in their lives. So yeah. Oh yeah, the Tick House. My wife found that. Once again, an accidental find along the highway where a lot of these urban exploring guys wouldn't have stopped. They're not going to pull off, try to find a way, and then wade through woods at the drop of a hat for a small house. They just won't do it. I mean, I honestly, there's nothing I won't explore. Sean and I did it to barns this week. I had a great picture of Sean walking in the wall of a collapsed barn because it's laying down. We found some cars in a barn. To us, that's cool. We don't have to find an 8 million square foot warehouse that has a bowling alley and a parachuting ride inside of it to be happy. Yeah, thanks, Brian. You're the second, third person to mention this shirt. But I think this is the reason I watch so many, well, not just the people here right now, so many small urban exploring channels. I would rather sit down and watch one of Urbexy's videos, or go to Instagram, look at Bobby's pictures, or sit down Lord Explorers. And Lord Explorers ain't too far from me. I'm going, oh, nice find, man. I'd rather do that. I'm getting more enjoyment out of any of the stuff that Josh and those guys are putting out now. And it's kind of really, I don't know, I find that the fact that, not that I've changed, that they've changed. What do you guys think? Do you think they've changed? The bathroom of the vines, yes, Lord Explorers. You're talking about the wood tick house still, yes. And if anybody wonders why I called that wood tick house, if you read the details of my one video, I call it wood tick house. My wife and I were going on a business trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're on the expressway, and I'd been up all night and doing some stuff, but she wanted to leave real early. She goes, I'll drive and you just sleep. I'm sleeping in the back of our Durango, and all of a sudden she like wakes me up. I found something. And she like comes to a pretty quick stop. I kind of slid forward, but she pulls off, finds a cool place. I'm barely awake in that video. We waded through the woods. My lungs were tight. We tracked through the woods. What I showed in the video is barely anything for what we had to do to get to this house. Got back there, and man, she left and later started finding them, but I found wood ticks on me. And by the time we were all said and done, she was finding them on herself that night in a hotel still. We stopped counting at 43 wood ticks. No joke. I was finding them in our car because they must have gotten my shoelaces. Even though I actually opened a car door, we were in the middle of nowhere, stripped down almost totally, and picked wood ticks to make sure I didn't have any on me. It's crazy. So, I mean, I've never seen that many wood ticks in my life. And I'm going to tell right now, people in Missouri, you have the most wood tick laden state I've ever been in my life. And I grew up in the woods. Crazy wood ticks. Oh, that's no problem, Jay. The fact that you got that much booked is good. Wow, you're going to Florida fall, winter. Wow, that's good. I want to. I want to go south this winter. I don't want to stop exploring. Last winter I did. This winter I'm hoping to have the health and money to go south at least a couple times in the winter. Hey, strange places. Hey, well, see, exploring with Jay, the fact that you don't feel safe in some places, that's a good thing. Some places, you got to know your limits. You really do. Also carry pepper spray with you. I do. It works on two-legged and four-legged problems. So, yes. No strange places. They weren't deer ticks, but they were insane wood ticks. And they were tons of sizes, good dinky ones. But no, not feeling safe, Brian. Sorry, exploring a J, you gotta know your limits. Some places, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've hit my limits. When I went to Gary, Indiana, and Tenzo Roku's car broke, as you know, I still went exploring, everybody. There were some sketchy places, but I knew my limits. There's 4 or 5 other places I didn't go because I wasn't with him. So you got to know the area, know your limits, know what you can handle. Brian, you're asking about my lungs. Yes, I am caring for my lungs. I did actually a breathing treatment, a little coughing and cleaned my lungs out a little bit before we did this stream. I was at the gym today, did my treadmill, did my therapies this morning. I'm doing everything. And on my trips, I have a inverter for my car to do my breathing treatments. I bring my meds. I do my exercises still when I'm out of town. I follow all my procedures. I even wear masks when need be. Bear spray. Well, there you go, strange places. Yeah, that'll do it. Well, the pepper spray Sean got us, it's not quite military grade, but it's better than the stuff the police carry. And it's so bad. The bad thing is, you spray it, and even if it shoots 25 feet away, it hits something 25 feet away, you still feel some burning on your face. Just the backlash, like, wow. I'm with Lord Explorers. Snakes don't bother me so much because I know which varieties are the poisonous ones around here. Ticks suck. I hate ticks. Bear spray. I like that, though. Oh, man. My wife scratched, and she doesn't heal well for me. She has very sensitive skin. I bet her legs now, today, still have 15 or 20 marks on them from the wood ticks. So she was very proud of her find to this house. She really was, and it was cool to find. Broke up the long drive and the trip. It was great. But then the wood tick thing happened, and she was like, ah! She was a little freaked out. So it might have dulled her enthusiasm a little. MG32. What is an MG32? Sounds like an old Doom gun, the BFG. Yeah, fleas. No ticks. Fleas. Yeah. Thankfully, we don't have a lot of flea problems here. Ah. Snakes in the grass don't bother me. I usually try to get out of your way. Wow. Wow, that's really cool, Exploring a J. It's for being as new as you said you were or something at this. You got some stuff hooked up. Hey, no problem, RJ32. Talk to you later, man. Everybody, if you get a chance to, check out his internment camp. We had an American, Japanese internment camp. So, from World War II, check it out. German machine gun. Nice. Well, I do have concealed carry. And it's legal in, like, what, 35 states. But you, once again, I've said in other streams, you do not carry when you are urban exploring. Especially since sometimes, yes, you are trespassing, and that turns a misdemeanor trespass or a simple pat on the butt, don't come and do this anymore from a police, to an actual possible felony. So that's why I do not carry. Only walkers and nerds. Wow. Now, Exploring a J, you're going a little more towards the paranormal side, right? Yeah, or, well, see strange places, they call it different in different places. And it's just like, ah. Lord Explorers is right. Tasers do work well, but they're illegal in some places in some cities. Pepper spray is legal in almost every city and place in America. Sean and I each have two. We thought we were going to have to use them at the Old Reed Hospital when those guys were following us with the bats. And I actually got a little bit of it on video. So, yeah, I wasn't clickbaiting. Tasers. Yeah, tasers are nice. But I've seen tasers go wrong. And Sean has his beaten stick he carries. And he's got this flashlight that is just made to beat people. And has actually what it is made for. It's a super bright flashlight made to beat people with. Oh, no problem, Antonis. Thanks for coming, man. And thank you for the video. I'm glad everybody liked it as much as I did. And keep out there and get out there and explore, man. Show us some more stuff. You got another one like that, I don't mind showing more than one of somebody's videos on here. So you got up early, so is this like this is morning for you, right, Antonis? So you got your whole day coming up, now you're tired because you got up with us. Thanks. Yeah, strange places, right, though, everyone? Careful if you do have concealed carrying. Some call it armed trespass, some just call it straight out felony trespass. It's like, ooh. So that's why I do not carry. When Sean and I have been caught by the police a few times, officers ran me right away. They go, do you have your concealed carry? I said, nope. No, I do not. Yeah, Steve, it was. So I've got to go through Steve's. In fact, I'm going to put myself down to make sure I go through Steve's videos. I get my pen. Oh, come on, man. Sorry, everyone. Should I go through that? Start looking at some videos coming up here. After midnight. Oh, okay, so you're the other way. You're later. So it's after midnight for... So you're in the same time zone pretty much as Pajerico and Urbexy then? Or are they only 11 something there? Sorry. I talked to people in New Zealand. I know about what time it is in New Zealand right now. Yeah, I've actually backed away from Facebook, Jay, because there's a whole bunch of hate and crap going on Facebook lately. It's kind of All right, cool, Steve. I got the message on Instagram. Phone revoked my like again. What? You're losing I'm losing likes? Hey, Tenzo Roku, what's up, man? No problem, Antonis. Thank you for letting me show one of your videos on here. I appreciate it very much. Hey, yeah, Tenzo Roku. How's that going, man? For those of you guys don't know, Tenzo Roku is involved with a film troupe that films really. It's very, higher end stuff for YouTube. So yeah, it's poof. And Tenzo Roku, you can drop a link on here if you want to check it out. You do have that power to do that. So check it out. Anybody, if you want, if he drops his link on here for it, because they do film. He films. I'm sorry, man. The Jackie Chan versus Bruce Lee one is still one of my favorite things you guys did. It just is. Sorry, just checking everybody here. Strange places, you're right. There is a ton of hate for YouTube explorers in a lot of urbex groups, especially on Facebook. Facebook seems to have gone crazy with hatred. And I don't know why. There's also a hatred for anybody that doesn't do. It seems like there's a group that wants to. And Bobby, don't get angry, but it does seem to be mostly stills people. People who take just images, pictures, are getting mad, and not just people that do YouTube, just people that film for their own website or for anything. There's a stills hating on video people, and I don't understand it. Because I knew a guy he was actually one to help show me and Sean how to urban explore. Me and Sean were young at it. We were 13, and our second place, he ran into this guy. He was at that time 60 years old, and that was 30 years ago. So yeah, you get the idea. He was filming with an old, big VHS tape video camera. So that's what he's been doing for years with his explorers. He would be angry as heck with the hatred going on today. I don't understand it. Yeah, I understand exploring with Jay, but it's getting a little rough to have to worry about that so much on Facebook. Hey, Tenzo Roku, like I said, drop a link to you and Jared Cruikshank's videos on here. Not the one you're doing now, of course, but some of your stuff so people can get an idea what that is, because your stuff is really upscale and fun. Oh, no problem, man. No, Bobby, I know you don't hate on anyone, and I've explored with just stills people. I've explored with just video people. People do both. And not everybody's like this. In fact, there's a group of urban exploring. There's a whole core of real urban explorers that are really, freaking out about this weird hatred going around. And I don't understand the hatred, honestly. There's a lot of bullying. A lot, not yeah. There is a lot of bullying going on in the community, Bobby. You're right. Thankfully, Instagram seems pretty clean of it, and YouTube isn't as rife with it as Facebook. It really isn't. Facebook is full of it. Oh, there you go, anybody. If you want to check out one of Tenzo Roku's vids here, him and Jared Cruikshanks. The guy is probably one of the he's probably one of the most amazing, I'd say, amateur filmmakers I've ever seen. He does really cool stuff. But what do you guys think from what I was talking about a little bit ago? Sorry, we got off track, but that happens here. What do you think about what I was saying? Ha! Ha! Yeah, some people do that, strange places, make fun of the haters back. But some of these guys are violent. Wow, it's strange sorry, Bobby. Usually it's the stills picture takers that aren't getting bullied. It's the video people that are getting a lot of it. But yeah, Lord Explorers, you're right. Maybe that's because they just aren't doing as good as we are with it. I know some stills people that do amazing stuff with theirs. Maybe they're just angry. I don't know. Brian, I want to answer your question. Brian E was asking me if I test air quality because of my lungs when I go in these places. No, Brian, there's no way to test accurately unless I bought expensive equipment. So down to do air sampling and air testing. We've been doing it a long time. Sean has, and I both have backgrounds in some construction, and I got some auto, and we're pretty good at knowing air quality. And we do have masks. A lot of times when I'm talking to the camera, if you're seeing my face without a mask, I have it in my hand. I use masks incessantly. I have boxes of these masks, so trust me, I am using these masks. Wow, Bobby, I don't see a lot of stills people getting. And that's no shot. I just call people that take just pictures stills because they are. They're stills and videos. That's what I call it. I would say I would agree with you, Jay, because there's a lot of, and once again, there are some stills people on here. I do believe there's a lot of stills people a little jealous in a way because they're not getting, they feel that YouTube people are getting more notoriety when somebody stills people. Now they're taking pictures for years. Now people go on YouTube and they get more notoriety out of it. And I do think there is a jealousy of notoriety there a little bit. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I see a little. They're a little jealous. But like I said, I've explored with people who do stills and they have no problem with it. So I think it's just a bunch of jerks. Sorry, I'm catching up here. Oh, yeah. He's just talking about Berserker's talking about Tensoroku's vids. Strange place. See, well, yeah, strange places, exactly. I mean, even on YouTube when you have trolls, unless a troll is nasty and really being nasty on my chat, I don't care if there's a troll on here making fun. Thank you for the watch time. And how much of your brain power is it to take to come onto somebody's channel and sit there and just mess with them and mess with them? You have that much time to spew hate? Wow. Yeah, I shrug it off, but I just got tired of it on Facebook, so I don't do it near as much as I did on Facebook. And it seems like a lot of people on Facebook, all the explorers on Facebook aren't as engaged. They want to just post a picture, and they never really look at anybody else's stuff. When I go on there, I like and look and scan through pictures and videos, and that's how I've met some of you people. So, yeah, they don't. Yeah, Steve, you're right. They have no life, and I don't understand it. I really don't. But what do you guys think about what I said about the big urban? We gotta get back to that sometime. The big urban explorers. Are they missing the boat of what is actual exploring anymore? Whether you just call it exploring, whether you call it urban exploring, urbex, exploring the country. I mean, Sean we're doing this week. Some people call it rurex, rural exploring. I just call it all exploring. And if I throw urbex in there, that's just part of the same thing to me. To me, they're interchangeable terms. To me, urban exploring, urbex, and exploring are three interchangeable terms. But what do you guys think? Do you think the big guys are missing the boat in a way? They're doing these big, fancy, gorgeous places. They really are. But are they missing what urban exploring really is? Are they missing the small, amazing, truly abandoned? I mean, not that house me and Sean found. There was no vandalism. Nobody has been in that house since 1982. The scattered mess that's in there, maybe somebody was in there once 20 years ago, but there was nobody in there. We had to be spider monkeys. Yes, Sean can be a spider monkey when he needs to. Spider monkeys even get in this place without falling through the porch. It was crazy. You couldn't open doors and windows because trees had grown in front of them. It was weird. Nobody's been there for over 20 years. To me, that is urban exploring. Sean was the happiest you've ever seen him. Finding that stuff nobody's touched and seen at all. No fingerprints, no tracks in the dust, no power, no PA, no nothing. Do you think the big guys are missing it? I'm starting to think they are. Oh, thanks, Brian. You know what respect is? I appreciate that respect in a way. I just hope you enjoy what we all do. Urban explorers like to preserve, share, see, and share things. Can't beat a good energy drink. these aren't as interesting. Yeah, Lord Explorers is right. I mean, I can watch, like, I mean, and I watch people from around the world. I'll watch Urban Kiwiana or Urbex Pajerico, let's say. Or I'll be watching, I'll be watching Pajerico and Thomas going through a place. And they go through a place where, one, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, it's places really nobody has been to explore in a long time. Some of the vandalism is there in places, other times it's not. A lot of the big explorers go to places somehow lately, such as the last year or so, they're pristine. Power's on. And I know I've harped about this a lot. There's no dust in the hallways even, or the floors, or anything they touch. If you saw my Instagram pictures, the stuff me and Sean saw, there was dust on everything, and everything was thick and nasty. That is exploring. Trying to find the untouched, the lost. Even that church, weird. It's dusty and dirty, and the piano strings are rotting in half. Yeah, I think so too, Strange Places, but I think, then, are those really true fans of real exploring then? I think the smaller stuff, the more interesting stuff, the less cinematic stuff is a little more interesting. I mean, I know I just mentioned them a minute ago, but when I get to watch Jericho and Thomas wedge themselves under a fence and their conversation is nothing to between the two of them is nothing like what you will see between the guys on the big exploring channels. Theirs is more sanitized, more almost scripted or rehearsed or whatever. When me or Sean or Jericho and Thomas or some of you guys when you're out with somebody, the whole conversation is different, has a different feel. You can feel the excitement, the awe, the downright giddiness of seeing it, seeing what you haven't seen. I don't know if they've lost that. They've been exploring too much, or they just never, like Strange Places said, just hunting for the views and the fame. Well, I know Urbexy has actually unsubbed Josh. I ran into 3 other people this week that's unsubbed Josh. Yeah, I agree, Pajerico. That's really overdone. I'm sorry. Yep. I have not watched any of the big explorers. I've watched 1 or 2 proper people, and that's it, in a long time. I can't even remember how many months now. I spend time, as a lot of you know, as I comment on channels, watching your stuff. I mean, when Lord Explorers saw himself in the mirror, and it was a real mirror jump, and Pajerico just did one too recently. Real mirror jumps compared to guys you can tell are faking it. And then his buddy Lord Explorer's buddy at the time, mirror, mirror. Brian, I think you're kind of right in a way. Yeah, Brian, some of these guys are traveling the world like a vacation, and I can understand. Now, exploring with Josh, his channel is exploring with Josh. Now, if he just said abandoned places with Josh, then you're really don't have a leg to stand on. He does say exploring. He's exploring the world, not so much abandoned. Admittedly, people came to his channel for abandoned. He has morphed into something bigger, some of other guys. But yeah, if you're just really out for the urban exploring, they lost a lot of focus for a long time, and some of the other guys have too. Yeah, traveling around the world, sometimes they are losing a little bit. Sometimes, I know for a while there, I think they had some complaints because when they're traveling on some of their travels, they suddenly started doing abandoned places while they're on their travels again. So maybe some people were complaining a little about it. Well, their their views drop. Of course, when you got 3 million viewers and you put out any video and you get 90 to 150,000 views on a crappy video. Not saying any of his videos are crappy, but he can put out anything, get 150,000 views. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm catching up again. Oof. Exactly. Now, Lord Explorers just said something I really pride kind of ourselves on, and a lot of you guys. There's a variety. And I don't mean the big guys don't do a variety, but they don't do a horrible variety. I mean, come on, Sean and I have done anything from a dead mall down to this abandoned barn with cars that have been there for, 15 years now grown in. We've done an abandoned office building. It's just such a horribly huge mix. And a lot of your channels do the same thing. Urbexy's done some hella cool nature places and bomb shelters. Then he's done an old IBM plant. It's a big, huge mix. Add things. Yeah. The only thing you'll hear added in sound on mine is music or a beep beep or honk honk over bad words anymore. Yeah, and also I do know now here, what do you guys think of this with some of the big guys? This is a question. And once again, I know people that take stills edit pictures. They amp up colors, amp up this, amp up that, but you got a still. And sometimes the camera doesn't pick up the way your eye sees it, so you're changing it that. Or somehow you just want a nice piece of artwork that is part of stills pictures, is doing a type of editing to make it something. But I know for a fact that some of the big urban explorers do the same thing with their videos, where the water does not look like that, and those trees are not that green, and they have whole settings that amp up their whole video. And it's like the saturation goes up 75%, and I've seen people that are in like some of the same places I've been, and I was there, and it's like a Skittles video when they're done with it. They got so much color in every one of them. I do see a lot of them editing their video to really over pop it. My God, if the world was that bright, it's like a Lucky Charms ad. And I've seen a lot of that lately, and it's starting to ruin it for me. Some of these places, like when the exploring crew is together and they're out west, I know for a fact Cody was amping a lot of his up. I mean, yeah, that's fine if you are okay with that, but I think it's kind of when it's a video, it's dishonest to me. If you're amping it way up like that, changing tons of it, if you're just correcting for your camera, I have no problem with that. I've had to do that for one of my cams. Because, man, my 3 cameras don't all see it the same. Kind of strange. You think one wouldn't lie, but it is what it is. Well, Lord Explorers, yeah, houses. Sean and I haven't had enough houses. Recently, we've been trying to get back in to find some houses. And it's been tough, strangely, around here. But yeah, houses are some of the most interesting things. And when's the last time you've seen a lot of the big guys do it? You really haven't. I think the houses are extremely interesting, especially if they leave a lot of stuff. You're like, what happened? Where'd they go? Why'd they leave it? Look how these people lived. Look at the stuff they liked. Look at the decor they thought was good. Wow. Or look how this used to look in 1980s. Yeah. Urbexy's right. It is more, it's really kind of not exploring as much. It's a production company. They are producing. If you over cinematic something like once again, Cody is probably one of the best cinematographers on YouTube, hands down. But he's almost gone too cinematic with his videos. His slow-mos, walking through the rain, with the colors adjusted, and you can tell they're adjusted horribly. Because unless you're watching like an episode of The Walking Dead, the raining dark sky colors don't look like that. And he's dressed just sexily imperfect, and the walk and every raindrop you can see moving, it's getting a little too much now. Exactly, Steve. Oh, there you go, Strange Places. Yeah, does it like that. Take it, don't fake it. Uh-huh. And I saw Jericho's over here keeping it real. Yeah, you do keep it real, mate. That's why people are watching you. That's why people I think a lot of people, I think sooner or later people are going to turn back to these smaller channels and the smaller explorers because they are keeping it real, as Jericho's saying it. Because when you watch us, you can tell. Some videos, you can just tell we're excited because we can't even keep the camera, even in editing. Their camera's not going to be straight. It's all over the place. Just happy, happy, happy. Yeah, we found guns in a few places too over the years, strange places. It's always one of those things like back away. Never put your fingerprints on a gun anywhere if it ain't yours. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, Lord Explorers is on it. Yes, he's right. It seems like some of the bigger explorers, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this besides me, go in really dressy clothes anymore. I mean, really nice stuff or super, super um, trendy stuff. Nobody in their right mind as a real explorer wears ripped jeans. The ripped style that has like 5 or 6 rips down each leg on urban exploring. You're going to catch it on stuff and it's going to tear up on you. Nobody wears $300 shoes. I don't know if you guys have seen my videos. I'm wearing t-shirts, Dickies work pants with extra pockets or jeans, and tennis shoes or an old pair of auto shop work boots. I'm not wearing trendy stuff. I'm not dressing up. Of course, there's nothing really trendy or dressy about me, so I don't think I can help it. Promoting their merch, I have no problem with, Urbex. If they're wearing a shirt or a hat that has their own, if I ever have a hat that is exploring a CF on it, I have no problem with that. But when you dress almost like you're going out on a night on the town or a night to the dance club to impress somebody of the opposite sex, stuff that isn't realistic as explorers we know you really wouldn't explore in, no. Lord Explorers is right. The dress up is stupid sometimes. Wear something practical. At least make it look like you're still explorers. How's that? RNK all day still dresses pretty much like an average dude. Yes, yeah. Lord Explorers is right. Yes, I've seen some super expensive shoes. Heck, I think well, and as you all know, Sean has an issue with long pants, and he's paid for it many a times. He does wear them once in a while. He didn't wear them this weekend, and yeah, he got cut up pretty good. So he paid for it. But does either? I mean, Sean doesn't dress up either, so I don't know. Expensive stuff. Uh-oh. But Jericho's going big time. So you guys aren't gonna wear the sweatpants anymore on your Explorers or the running pants? I kind of thought that was kind of your trademark off on you guys to go to the running pants. I did that once, and I destroyed a pair of running pants pretty easily. It's not a bad idea, Herb, actually, because then nobody wants to mess with you and try to take your stuff. They already think you don't have anything. Well, Jericho, I hope you don't go too big time pro and forget about all us small people. All of us who were there at the beginning. Oh, jeez. Double O Lord. Going exploring. Oh, man. You have to get, then you can have the little exploring gear with like a little laser beam in the watch. You can, range find let's take a picture and stuff. So yeah, I think we've all kind of concluded that a lot of us feel the big urban explorers, and it's not because we're small, jealous channels. If any of you big guys see this, a lot of us feel you're not really real explorers anymore. Where if me and Sean, Pajerico, Lord Explorers, and his guy buddy, Urbexy are out driving around, you're going to an explorer. You already have a place to go. You're going there. Suddenly you go, holy crap, what is that? If you're not the type that slams the brakes on and pulls over like crazy for what you see as an old farm windmill sticking out of the woods, maybe you're not a real explorer anymore, or maybe you re-examine and go back to what you started exploring for. Because that's how me and Sean found that stuff. We were on our way to a certain place, which we never got to because we saw that dang windmill sticking up out of the woods, decided to hike into the woods. And I have a cat yowling behind me. Very nice. And she's making a mess. Yeah, it sucks. So I think we've all pretty much just feel that the big guys aren't real anymore. And this is also, here's another topic, sticking with urban exploring, everyone. I had a few good ones tonight because I wanted to get your input and let you know, see what you guys thought. Have you noticed a lot of people asking you where sites are lately? Yet they don't offer to trade you any sites. They just want you to tell them a site, but they're not offering to trade you a site. If you say, well, and if you do refuse them, boy, they get angry these days. I don't get angry, especially if somebody doesn't know me. If an explorer doesn't know me and they say no, I'm not going to be angry. I'll do my best to try to show them proof of life, which I think my YouTube channel does. Show them what I don't do and don't do as an explorer. But I'm not going to be angry. But it seems like people ask now and they don't even offer to share a site. I'll even ask some people, well, what do you got to trade? Well, nothing. Or suddenly they're silent. Or they're like, well, so you're not going to tell me? So you got nothing to trade or you don't want to trade. And I've had people who do have sites to trade. People who I know, there are a few in a city south of me who are being kind of jerks. They do like asking me for my locations a lot, but they're not giving me any. So I'm probably about to cut ties with that group. And they got angry this last time. They asked me a site and I kind of refused. I said, well, what do you got to trade for it? Well, it's kind of a crappy. We're part of a closed site. So what's supposed to be is like, well, then why aren't you giving me any sites? So yeah. There you go. No, Jericho, what you usually give them a site where you know there's a hell of security, man. You give them a site where you know they're going to have the police there. You know, you give them like a drug den where the cops show up with guns drawn. One of those. So it's not just me then. Not just people asking for sites, but if you ask them, find what you got to trade, then they suddenly don't want to talk anymore. Or they don't want to trade, they just want yours. Not really, Urbexy. Instagram, this whole Instagram video IGTV thing, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near what anybody thought it was going to be. I don't even know if anybody saw that I posted on my Instagram tonight. I did it on IGTV, but nobody saw it. So I did it on normal Instagram that I was going to be doing the exploring chat tonight. I think I got more feedback on Twitter, which I have barely any Twitter followers. So please, everybody, look me up on Twitter, Exploring a CF, same as I am everywhere else. I think I got a few more responses on Twitter than I got at all on Instagram for it. There you go, Bobby. Yeah. Yeah, huh? Well, here's strange places. Strange places, yeah. People do try to trick you. I've had people. Okay, here's a fun one. The military based one. This is why I'm using this because this has happened to me a lot lately, and cat is behind me going nuts. Military based one. I've had people do this a lot. Well, where's it at? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't give out the location. I've had people go, well, you have to tell me where it is exactly. Just tell me what state. Really? If I tell you what state, that sure as crap narrows it down as big abandoned military bases. Or don't have to give me the exact location, just tell me what city it's near. Are you kidding? Or they'll ask me questions about it. Hey, oh, you can't give me the location? Okay. Well, can you give me some history on it and tell me about it? Yeah. That kind of gives you the location. Stop being sneaky. Uh-huh, exactly, strange places. The cocoon. Yeah, exactly. Lord Explorers, yeah, they fish. There's a lot of fishers out there trying to fish your exploring sites. Yet they don't want to share any of their own. And I not like I said, some of these guys may be new or some may just be vandals. That's a bad thing we have to look out for. Some people on your stuff commenting and asking for sites are vandals. They're not even explorers. But a lot of them do. They try to fish it out of you. Why are they not trying to share sites? This weird mine has got to stop. And I'm sorry, Facebook is real bad at this. And that one group I'm talking about from south of me, they're about to get cut off. I have not got a single site from them, but I've been pretty nice to them. I'll even tell them, go around this time, don't go here, don't do this. It's kind of annoying. And I understand this whole mindset where, we got to give them our explorers. Yeah, strange places. I can't do history on probably 80% of the places I go to. I can't give history. If you see me name a location or give history, it's because I got permission. It's been destroyed. It's wide open and public or something like that. Or, I was told I could. It's I can't give history anymore because I'm afraid somebody's going to track them down. I give a general history as much as possible. I change dates a little. So I can look it up by date. I change. If I do put a name in, sometimes I've lied about a name. I'm sorry, I blatantly lied. Or I use something that's kind of an offshoot of that. Exactly, Bobby. You have to. Yeah, history. It's too bad the history has to. Oh, Brian. Has has Mrs. CF been on many explorers with you? She has only been on two, and that was when we went on our trip to Tulsa. She would do more. She likes it, but she's a very busy person. She's got her main job, and then she's also got and she does more of it than I do. We have a business, a book selling business. We do, and she actually heads that up and does most of it. She knows it so much better than I do, and she's better at it than I am. But she would like to if we had more time and money, honestly. So yeah, she also was a good photographer, so she could do some really good still shots for me. Hey, Paul. Oh, sorry, Study Boy NZ. Welcome, one of our New Zealand friends. Paul also has been edging a lot more. Paul's pretty new, at least to YouTube urban exploring videos. And he's been trying to work into it pretty hard. But in New Zealand, it's kind of a rough uphill battle from what Tim and Kiwiana and Dude Behind the Camera tell me. So Paul is doing his best to work into the urban exploring stuff. It's a tough road to hoe over there. Wow, I just used a very old person saying, ouch. Hmm. Thanks, Lord Explorers. Exactly, strange places. You can't do it. You can't. The one I shared, when I shared some of them lately, the names, when I was in Gary, Indiana, I actually, like I've told people, I bought an Urbex permit. Anytime you go to where a government will work with you, even if all the places aren't all that in a bag of chips, do it. Show these people we will work with them if they will work with us. But I bought that Urbex permit there. And the bank, and they said, oh yeah, you can openly share the names of all these places, locations, addresses, anything. Okay. So that's why my Gary, Indiana ones were named. I could name them, give history, do whatever I felt like. Strangely, the history on the bank was a little bit tough to find any of, so I didn't get a lot in there. And it was a bank vault. So crap, I was just happy to have that. But yeah, strange place is right. You got it. And it's amazing what vandals can destroy. No, no problem, strange places. You added a lot more than 2 cents. I appreciate you coming in. And if you wanted me to do any of your videos on here, if any do not have copyrighted music, just shoot me a line on Instagram. And even if you have a couple suggestions, let me know. And I'll put you on the list and we'll do one of your videos on here. We'll all talk about it and give you thumbs up, thumbs down, or a big woohoo. You know? But thanks for coming, strange places. Oh, Lord Explorers, a bank is. Sean is still angry about the bank. He couldn't go. He's always wanted a bank vault, and now he's like, you suck. But he was really happy this weekend. That's one other thing I was going to tell you guys. Sean he's still not the biggest YouTuber, but he's edging back into doing more. He wants to take more pictures and videos from his point of view. He's tired of me having too many pictures and videos of him on our Explorers. He feels bad there's not any of me. I'm like, well, you're the one who don't want to do this. He's like, well, I'm going to do some more then. And after Sean playing Spider Monkey this last weekend, and he did. This floor is no crap, no more than that much floor left. And we had to skirt around the wall and grab onto a door sill to pull ourselves up to go up the steps. Because other than that, it was a big drop into a nasty, nasty basement with a lot of rubble. So Sean is going to, when he gets to go, he's going to put a little more into his videography and or pictures. He actually, no kidding, took the camera from me this week and filmed an outro, I believe, to our day. Which I still have to go through all that footage. Because that was a long day. That was like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. First house urban experienced. Yeah, see, Lore Explorers, that is such crap. There's so many vandals out there. And that's not because you explored it, because I know I've seen your channel. You don't go releasing crap. It's because vandals just destroy stuff. I don't get it. Jeez. Brian. Everybody on here that's an urban explorer is going to nod their head as soon as I say this out loud. Government people are the worst dang people to work with. They are horrible. Government people, especially in America, the government is supposed to work for us. They act like it's the other way around. They act like you're bugging them if you ask. There's a courthouse not too far from me and Sean, and God help me, I'm going to contact the county government that is involved in this courthouse because it's going to be torn down. It's an old, cool old courthouse, a lot of history, and they're going to tear it down. I'm going to contact this county board not too far from me and see if we can get into film it. I got a feeling there's going to be not just a no, a hell no. Because these guys are, government guys are jackasses, Bobby. They are, Brian, nah. Not enough caffeine. No, government people are the worst. And I don't think it's just in America. They're bad everywhere. They act like it's theirs, and God forbid you ever look at it. Even if they're going to tear it down in 3 months. What am I going to do to it? There are a few places, though. Gary, Indiana is one. Gary, Indiana has an Urbex permit. No joke. Just type in Gary, Indiana Urbex permit on Google, and it comes up. It's worth your money. Some of the places are they are. But some of them are kind of cool. And if we can show the guy I talked to there, he said they're actually trying to acquire more of them for the city. And they are also trying to talk to a few private owners of abandoned places, see if they wouldn't mind letting explorers in there too as part of that permit. And they would share permit fees with the owners. So Gary, Indiana is one of the forerunners. If anybody knows any others, please let me know. And government people, they're horrendous. They're horrendous in a lot of things, the DMV, whatever else. But when you're talking about as an explorer, or even just, I got a friend who's just a photographer. He's not an urban explorer, but he does amazing photography of a lot of nature, you name it. Every time he talks to a government official, like even just taking some pictures of something, oh my God. So unfortunately, government is horrid. I wish more were working with it. Gary, Indiana is one of the best. They're very friendly about it. The urban exploring permit only works for the ones the city owns. I will tell you that. They do know you're probably going to hunt around some other places, though. Just don't piss off the cops. The cops are pretty nice there. The people are pretty nice there, but there are some horribly sketchy places if you ever do go to Gary, Indiana, so be careful. And I was alone there, and I definitely had my pepper spray out at all times in certain areas. But yeah, Brian, I wish more governments would do that. I think somebody told me there are some more, but I don't know them. As far as I know right now, from my standpoint, Gary, Indiana is one of the few that is working with people and trying to be helpful. Not being jerks. And as part of that Urbex permit, and I did it all online, on my phone while I was out of town. And he records you saying, if you get hurt, it's your own problem. It releases them from all liability. So anytime a government official uses liability with you, you go, bullcrap. Here's what Gary, Indiana does. You can also make up your own, and I keep meaning to bring one over here. It's in my backpack. Your own waivers, liability waivers. Type them up yourself. Look up, the jargon is easy to look up online. Leave the spaces for you and them to fill in, the dates, locations, blah, blah, blah. And then you go, hey, Mr. Government Official, I got a liability waiver. I'll sign that for you. Runs their whole argument. Then watch them make up stuff. I've already had them do that. They will make something up quicker than you can say boo. Or then suddenly the real thing comes up. No, just no. So yeah. Yeah, security guys. Study boy's right. Security guys are also jerks. Funny because Lang Straub, one of the guys I explore with from up Ann Arbor, right by Detroit, he works for a security company. That helps him find abandoned places. Wow, we went to go to the Pontiac Silverdome before it was torn down. We got there 2 days after they started working on remediating it. We'd been there 40 hours earlier. We'd have had free reign, no security, no nothing. That sucks. So I only got drone footage of that. But even as a security guard himself, he don't totally go, hey, I'm a security guard too, and can we maybe get in, look around? This guy, just by talking to him, threatened to call the police on him, just calling us names. Like, whoa, holy crap. Not an ass, that is. Yeah. But see, these are historical places, yeah. Oh, this courthouse me and Sean are going to try to get into, it's kind of part of our whole Quad Cities conglomerate area, is a historical place. And they're going to tear it down, and I got a feeling that county board over there is going to look at me and go, no. And I'm going to wave my liability waiver in their face. I'm going to wave in their face that my family is a taxpayer in that county. I'm going to wave a lot in their face because I want in that place. And I know y'all can roll your eyes at this. I'm going to do what Sean has been coaching me to do. Use my disability. He said, use your CF. Tell him you're doing this for all the other CFers and other disabled people out there. Who knows? Oh. Yeah, historical, but they're going to tear them down, Brian. They're going to tear it down, doesn't it kind of run it? Brian, I have actually, what you're saying there about bringing attention to it, I believe that wholeheartedly. That's one thing I'll give Josh and a lot of the big urban explorers on YouTube. They have brought urban exploring into a lot more of a out in the open air type thing where people don't see us as vandals as much now. A lot of police don't see us as vandals. A lot more people recognize when you say you're an urban explorer and you go, sir, officer, or hey, Mr. This, I can show you my footage of past explorers to show you how I treat places. I can show you my footage of this place to show you I didn't break in. They realize urban explorers are different than vandals now. Not all the time. Some still think of us as vandals and that's that and hate us. But really, the big guys have improved it, and even us small people. That's why you always try to treat an owner with respect. Even if you're trespassing on their property and you get caught and they're angry and screaming at you, you apologize, you admit, yes, yes, sir, yeah, no, I'm sorry, ma'am, whatever. Be as nice as possible and make us look as good as possible. As better you make us all look, even to an angry landowner or something, the less of a nasty taste leave in their mouth, the better. If somebody does catch you in their property and they're angry, the nicer you are, the less there will be. At least, usually, the more angry you make them about being a jerk back, the more people will tell how bad urban explorers are. So, oh, cool, study boy. That's good to hear. Another video coming this week then. I'm gonna burn down one of my first explorers. Ouch. I went back to my first YouTube Explorer not more than what, a couple months ago. I think I posted that video too. And that hospital had so much medical equipment. It's so creepy. It has now been bought by somebody, and they're tearing the place out inside like crazy. I saw piles of stuff last time Sean and I went by to look at it. I don't know if a family bought it, is going to use it as some monstrous, insane household, or somebody's going to make a business out of it, or maybe they're going to drop it. Yeah, your first place you do for YouTube is emotional. You go back and look at it. The first place Sean and I explored as kids when that land got sold and a logging company went in there and then found the bus back in the middle of the woods and destroyed it. That was kind of emotional for us. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. See, I catch up with what we were talking about. But no, I think we've all pretty much decided then on my last topic that the people if you're gonna ask somebody for a site, offer a trade of your own. Go, hey, I can trade this with you. Do I have any sites you're interested in? What are you looking for? People that won't do it, those aren't explorers. They're just probably vandals or not real explorers. They're jerks. Exactly, Brian. I mean, that's something when you're walking around these places. Anybody can tell you, you're walking around these abandoned places. It's freaking amazing to see because your brain is always going and seeing what it is now, but your brain's always going, oh my, what was this place like? What happened here? If you're in an abandoned hospital, you're thinking of all the good news, bad news, lives saved, lives lost, stories that went on there, emotional roller coaster. I mean, wow. You don't know a theater. You're like, wow, what movies and plays went on here? And did somebody propose to somebody after a play here? You're always going through your head like that. Hey, Hike with Mike, how's it going, man? Hey, good recipe, by the way. Hike with Mike did his first, I don't know, is that kind of backwoods recipe there, Mike? He made a recipe that me looked like a kind of a manly man breakfast omelet almost. Isn't that what it was? If I'm wrong, correct me on that, Mike. It's hard to keep every little bit going in the right order up here. There's the pharma. Wow. So you would what? No, you went to the farm. Okay, study boy. You went to the farmhouse with your dad when you were 7. Like he was exploring, or you say, yeah, I'm trying to figure we're supposed to be there. I don't know, Mike. There's already urban exploring books out there, and I don't want to end up with that. Oh, what's that one jerk's name? He thinks he is the epitome of urban exploring. Oh, come on. Somebody on here knows his name. The one guy, he's wrote books, and he's even gone in places and caused protests, and he's pissed off Disney real bad against urban explorers. And oh, come on. Somebody here knows his name. And it's just stuck in my head, but he's a jerk. Black and gnocchi. Yes. Mainly breakfast or dinner. Okay. So I was right. I don't know if I could write a book about my explorations. I think I'm bad. I lost, even if I was gonna put pictures and video in or pictures in a book, I lost tons of them in a house fire a while, some years ago. I also lost about $20,000 worth of Star Wars toys, original Star Wars toys, Transformers, GI Joe stuff, a bunch of things. A couple firearms in a house fire out. I was doing a renovation of my house. Stored a bunch of my parents' huge house. They're like, we got tons of space. Don't pay for rental. We'll store it here. Well, I stored everything from my Camaro to half my home stuff there, and they had a house fire. It's kind of another reason I started doing YouTube and I started doing this more heavily again, because even with having all my little backup drives, so if my computer crashes, I still got them. What if I have a house fire? So now it's all preserved on YouTube. I wish, I don't know. Basement was completely submerged. Oh, man, one of the houses me and Sean saw this weekend. Well, I don't know how the bathtub's staying on the first floor, by the way, because it's sitting on really soft beams. I was using that cable to hold this house up. Got tied to a tree. But the bathtub is full of the blackest, nastiest water or whatever it is you've ever seen. Wow. Well, I don't know, Brian. I mean, some of the places you'll never bring back. Some of the places are lost; they're too destroyed to ever bring back, and some of them weren't overly historical, just cool. Um, I do want explorers to get more attention. I want explorers, urbexers, whatever you call them, the good ones, not destroyers, not jackasses, to get attention. I want urban exploring to be easier for the explorer to see things, share, preserve things, and share them with others. I would like it to get so explorers could go into places, if you not to take things if another explorer can come in. But if you go somewhere and you know it's going to be demolished next month, you can take things to the local historical society or the local museum. Not keep them yourself, but take them to these places. You can get a card and register with them. And you can bring stuff to them to really preserve stuff. I wish we could do that. Exactly, Pajerico, a YouTube life diary, or at least a diary of my explorers. The explorers now, unlike the ones I lost in my parents' house fire, these are never going to go anywhere. They may not be my uncut stuff that's on here, but they are, some of it is on here, but it'll never be gone now. Mike, yes, I do rural exploring. In fact, it's funny you mention it. Sean and I's whole weekend was spent finding an lost abandoned farm in the middle of some woods, and then a shed and 2 abandoned houses in the middle of some woods, and a small country church across from a small country graveyard. This church is so old, it's never been even wired for electricity ever. So yeah, I do. I grew up in the rural areas. I mean, Sean started exploring. So yeah, we do explore everything. And I think I said that in one of my videos lately. In fact, the Woodtick House video. I think at the end it said, I explore everything. I'm on the expressway, I see an abandoned house. My wife sees an abandoned house, she tells me, we pull over. If I see an abandoned barn, I want to check it out. If I see video that's going to be, I'm working on right now, an abandoned expressway section. And I can give away the location. It's an abandoned section of Interstate 44 in Oklahoma. It's about 5 miles long, and they had some on-off ramp problems. So what they do is fixing the ramps. No joke, they just cut that section out, routed the expressway all the way out in a loop around it. It's convoluted and stupid. But you got this whole section, a 5-mile long section of expressway sitting there. It's like the world's longest drag strip. And you feel really weird, sit on the K-rail in the middle of expressway. I was actually working on that video tonight, and I got drone footage of it too, so that's kind of cool. Not a real big explorer, not what you would normally think is exploring or abandoned, but it is an abandoned piece of expressway. But yeah, Mike, I do everything. Like I said, Sean and I started out in the country, bud. Mike, I grew up in an area where the closest town was like 1,000 people, 5-6 miles away. My parents owned like 10 acres or, well, more than that. It was like 15 acres of woods. That's what I grew up in. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I actually live in the city area, one of the city areas of the Quad Cities. My wife still laughs because I still use the phrase, well, I got to run to town and go do some banking and stuff. It's like, yeah, exactly. Lord Explorers. Lord Explorers actually has it on his channel header, Hike with Mike. Is that Urbex and Rurex. I just call it Urbex for generic for everything. Or exploring, actually. Exploring covers it all. Well, thanks, Brian. I'm glad you agreed. Sorry, I'm catching up again. Rural areas are amazing. That's why I brought that first topic tonight about, are the big guys missing out? Because Sean was like, when's the last time you've seen any of the big guys doing this? These are dense woods. If you've seen my Instagram photos, the one where you can barely see the house in the woods, I was literally standing super close to that house. That's not from a distance. That is how dense the woods are around that house. I said, nobody has set foot in that house since 1982. It's crazy. Some of the stuff on the floor in there, and there were 3 rooms we could not get to on one side because they were. But yeah, it's so amazing to find. It's hard to find it's easier to find the urban places than it is the rural ones. The rural ones are lost in the woods, buried. It's just crazy how hard it is to find them, even with my drone. Well, mine's exploring a CF. Lord Explorers. Exploring gives me options. Exactly. I just call it exploring because exploring is what it originally was before it became Urbex or Urban Exploring. It was called exploring first. And exploring to me covers it all. So yeah, Yeah, exactly. Lord Explorers has it on his channel as both. It's right on his channel header, which is a pretty nice channel header too. Oh, Mike, this section, like I said, I was freaking out when we were down there on our business trip because you don't get to walk around on a piece of expressway. You can walk over by the rumble strip, and the video's not going to be real long because I don't want to bore people with it, but when you're there, it's just freaky. And the drone video is pretty good. The drone shot's pretty good. I like it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's going to be a cool little video, and I'm working that right now, but it was a totally different thing. Now, would the big guy stop for that? Do you think they would stop for a 4 or 5 mile piece of abandoned expressway? I don't know. Yeah, it's all good, Bobby. Industrial too. But yeah, the small houses in the woods. Oh, so cool. Trailblazers. Oh, the swamps. Yeah. There's stuff got to be lost back in those swamps, and people used to live back in there. Wow. Very little, Brian. Very little on a lot of abandoned places all around the country. If they're going to preserve it, they're going to preserve it. If they're not, they're not. It's hard, and you got to be careful. We can't preserve everything. As much as we love our histories in every country, if you preserved everything, you don't have any room to adapt and change and advance. Sometimes the older buildings are just out of date and unusable anymore for today's world. We can't keep them all. But yeah, there's some places should be saved, and this courthouse that we're talking about should be one. But it isn't going to happen. There's no reason it should be torn down, actually, except they screwed up on the whole deal. But no, a lot of governments don't care about the old buildings. They just want new and shiny. They really don't care about the history too much. It's just more money for them to expend, which I understand is our tax money. Sorry, check it out. Little Urbex but Jericho. I can't say much because me and Sean was a lot smaller then. Sorry, Sean. Sean was a lot smaller. But yeah, we were like just about 13 years old. Little but Jericho. Well, Lord Explorers, 300 subs. Good. Keep it going, man. If you hit 300, just be careful. And obviously, you're doing it right because you've had your channel a while and you're not sub for subbing. That doesn't get you anywhere. It may, even if anything, it gets you false subs that don't watch your videos. I could have grown a lot faster if I went to the sub for sub crap, but it doesn't do you any good. And YouTube is starting to crack down on that stuff anyway. Sorry, I'm trying to the time they're going to demolish it. Ugh. But see, now, Lord Explorers, that bridge. Now, are they paying for that? Or those people that wanted it saved, are they paying for it to stay up? We got a bridge being built here in the Quad Cities. Huge new bridge on I-74 to take place of the old crappy one. The old one is crappy. It's very narrow and blah. It's old and tons of maintenance work every year. Now there's some group out there going, we need to save it, and then we'll use it for local traffic. It's like, no, it costs millions a year to keep up. You pay for it. No, we don't want to do that. Well, then too bad. But we can't save it all. Plus, you don't need two bridges right next to each other like that. Two huge ones in our area. Let's see, I can small Florida County Sheriff. Sorry. Road. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That's pretty neat. That's got a good piece of history to it, Mike. Nice, Lord Explorers. Well, maybe that was, the bridge gods are going, it's done, man. It's over. The bridge has had its life. Let it die. Yeah, Steve. Steve, Yeah, I agree. I don't think a lot of those guys would stop. And to me, you guys, my wife, she was there with me, and I was like just freaking happy as heck. It is so cool because in the distance you can see cars as they were coming, like they would come to the next president, and suddenly they curve off. It was like you're standing on an airplane landing strip with a K rail in the middle. My drone get crashed there because some winds came up and blew my drone right into the trees. Thanks to my wife for finding the piece of my drone that got knocked off. Yay. Hmm. Yeah, but Jericho, once it gets a hold of you, it doesn't let go, does it? No, Lord Explorers, it might be delayed a little. I mean, even in this day and age, there is a technology delay. Or my wife turned on the microwave. I don't know. It might be a little delayed. I don't know. I can between my encoder and here, there's always a little delay because it has to do its job. But I watch on YouTube is what I do. Then I'm on the same page as most of you guys, which is weird because I'm looking at myself going a little bit after what I'm talking. What's the problem since? Oh no, I always do, Bobby. Bobby, I look all the time. Ask my wife. I'm always looking. Sean says that too. His wife still knows this. He's always looking. You never stop looking. I'm always going, ooh, is that abandoned? Nope, dang it. Told Sean when you knock on the door, go, can you please abandon your house for us? Ooh, Brian, where do I see exploring or explorers going from this point? Um, I don't know. I'm not sure there's ever going to be a lack of abandoned places of some type to explore. Well, there's an abandoned farmhouse in the middle of the woods, an abandoned piece of expressway, or an abandoned industrial building. I think there's always going to be something abandoned to explore. I hope, I know there's that show on Hulu or whatever called Abandoned or whatever, but that's not quite urban exploring. At least not real urban exploring. I think, hopefully, urban exploring is going to become a little more mainstream. I wouldn't mind it more mainstream. I know some people rail at it, especially some of the 28 days later stills. People are just rail if you even mention, oh, it should be a private hobby. I'm like, eh. No, because they like the thrill of getting into places illegally or breaking in or sneaking. A real explorer doesn't mind getting in some place legally or by asking if he can. Um, I'm hoping it becomes a little more mainstream. More people know of explorers. So when you walk up to somebody's door, knock on the door and go, hey, I know you got this place over here. Can I explore it? And a lot of them will go, well, yeah, no problem. Do you have a liability waiver or can you make a recording saying if you get hurt, it's not our problem? Stuff like that. I don't think, I think um, the explorers on here are all going to be good for CF. Good for exploring. I think they're going to be great for exploring, going to help bring up the awareness of exploring, especially with the diversity of subscribers and, well, I call them exploring fans. Yeah, I've looked at my analytics. I have got a hugely diverse group of subscribers from the teens clear up to their 60s. It's a steady thing. And that says something about exploring. People of all ages really like it. So when everybody on here is doing great explorers and sharing it, and when you're drawing in subscribers or fans, all I can do is make exploring more people know about exploring. More people see it, and I think it's going to look better and better to more and more people. They will not see us as vandals. They'll see us as, like I see us, preservers. We are historians. Even if we can't share history, we are in video, we're sharing a history. You see things as they were, as it was a certain place. That is, sorry, he said something that made me laugh. That is what it is going to help exploring. Sorry, Lord Explorers, apparently 85% of his viewers are 40-plus-year-old women. Dang, man, you got cougars after you. Lord Explorers is in a cougar attack. So now, everybody look, you watch out the newspaper in Chicago, you see Lord Explorers gets mauled by cougar in cougar attack. Exactly, for Jericho. I'm always looking. When Sean and I go anywhere together, even if we're technically not supposed to be exploring, going out with our wives, supposed to be having a little dinner date thing, we're always looking and we get yelled at. We're not supposed to be looking, but we are. Sorry, the door to the upstairs is open. I don't want to get in trouble. No, you never stop looking. It's like, and tell me, okay, if you're an explorer and you're driving around, you see a house with tall grass, don't you go, ooh, 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 look at that. Then you're like, oh, somebody's there. Jerk, mow your grass. Tall grass gives you hope. Or a house with paint falling off it. Paint your houses, folks. Do not tease the explorers. How many times, doesn't it hurt when you get teased as an explorer? Because somebody doesn't care for stuff? It's like, dude, if you're going to live there, take care of it. Don't do that to me. I noticed Lord Explorers, you seem to have the same guy explore with you a good amount, especially lately. That's good. You get to know somebody going out with you. It's nice to have. Exactly, Pajerico. You're 100% right. Because even if, like, Pajerico is doing a video and he can't give me history on it, because he's had a place demolished by vandals, not because he gave away too much, just vandals. But he can't give away history, but he's showing me history right with a camera. I get to see an old wood stove or a door hovering 2 stories above because the floors have given in. There's a fireplace up next to it. I get to see how a building was built. I get to see some stuff he finds inside a building that we don't have, or, well, never had in this country, maybe. He's preserved it in video even without sharing a type of written or audio history. It is so cool. Exactly, Bobby. Now, isn't that a tease? Isn't that horrible? You get to tell your non-exploring friends, oh yeah, tall grass sucks. It's a tease. What? What's wrong with you? Oh yeah, tall grass turns me on. It's like, tall grass and chipped off paint on a house, or it's almost down to bare wood or siding, or on. Yeah, it's like, oh, tall grass gives me hope. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Exactly, Lawrence was. Ooh, yeah. Oh, come on. There was one house. Me and Sean were actually walking up to try to look at and scout it. And no joke, just as we got up there, somebody turned the TV on in the living room and sat down while you see them in the woods. Yeah, watch the TV. It's like, oh, dude, this house. They obviously don't drive because the weeds in front of the garage doors were about almost as tall as me. It's like, so you're not driving, so wow. And their yard was about that high too. So walk to the grazing. Yep, exactly. Well, that's what me and Sean did with these houses this weekend. Saw the one windmill, walked back in the woods one way, found all this stuff. Then, no joke, as we're going back to our car, where I'd kind of hidden our car in the woods a little bit, I noticed behind the car. I'm like, wait a minute. Looked back up in the woods. I'm like, is that an old garage? So I hiked up there and we find a small one-car garage and some houses in the woods. Well, thanks, Brian. That's what we all want to do. See, urban explorers aren't greedy little butts like some people that call themselves explorers. Explorers, not only do we love to see these places, we love to share them just as much. I really do. I know I've talked to Bajerico before, and he stews over his editing. It kills you to edit too much out, but you don't want to leave too much in. I mean, we're trying to show you guys places in a good way. It drives us nuts. We love to share them as much as we love to see them. Sharing them, having them out here, having them preserved on YouTube, And somebody else's eyes, even 10, 20 years from now, could lay eyes on that and go, wow, that must have been cool. So, no problem, Brian. We appreciate it. We're just glad that people like you like to see them as much as we do. I mean, that's why I'm glad that we have YouTube and the technology today. Because Urbexy, Pajerico, Study Boy NZ, Urban Kiwiana, Shawnee Explorers, Lord Explorers, Bobby, all of you guys are showing me stuff I haven't seen, places I haven't been, countries, a whole different architecture, digital ways of life, everything. And you're not only showing me not only places I haven't seen, you're showing me how you see it. When Lord Explorers was exploring that house, when I watched actually this morning, I don't know how I would have seen it, but I got to see how he sees it. He talks about it, he narrates it, the way he films it, whatever. It shows how he sees it. When Urbexy goes into the IBM plant and sees the green fur growing on the tile, I'm seeing how he sees it. Romantic part of exploring. What happened to these folks? We're still here, Brian. We love it. It hasn't gone anywhere. A lot of the smaller explorers are the ones that haven't lost the romantic side of it, the exploring side of it, the adventurer that used to be in the heart of a lot more people than there are now in the world. A lot of people in the world have lost that feeling, the exploration of adventure, of a lot of stuff. It's been replaced with TV. Let's watch more TV. In fact, sorry, I'm driving there. Woo-hoo! There you go, Lord Explorers. Can't beat that. Wow. Now, see, Steve, I don't know. What are your watches on videos that long? Because Devon, Among the Unknown, we've actually counseled him to shorten his videos. And then he still doesn't like it. He likes long videos. Well, my subscribers like long videos. Obviously not. Because his watch time, and well, I've got over 1,200 views on this video. Yeah, but what's your actual watch time for those 1,200 views? If you have a video that's 60 minutes long, how much of those 60 minutes of those 1,200 viewers watching? It usually isn't much. YouTube's own analytics show that most videos on YouTube should be start about 3 minutes to 20 minutes max for best viewing. A lot of people don't stick with them. You gotta do parts. So I don't know, Steve, is that working for you? Is it really hasn't worked for Devon? He's actually looking to shorten a lot of his videos. If I'm going to go over 20 minutes, a lot of time, I make multiple parts. I know Pajerico just did multiple parts of the old insane asylum. He did one of the most beautiful towers ever. But that was multiple parts. I think Pajerico, I think his subscribers, even I enjoyed multiple parts. It's hard sometimes to sit down for 2 hours and watch it explore. As much as you love it, it's not the same when you're not there at it. Also, YouTube is more geared for the watch a video, go watch something else, watch a video, watch different things you were into. So I don't know. And some of your older videos, Steve, how old are they? Because sometimes it worked then, but not so much now. Oh, no, Pajerico, they're still here. What happened to them, Pajerico? The romantic ones are still here. You're here, I'm here, and I'm not trying to say something great about myself, but we do it for the, quote, romantic reasons. It's a swashbuckling feeling. And then you're preserving. It's hard to put in words sometimes. But I think the adventurous, swashbuckling explorers, I think those explorers are more romantic than a lot of the people out there who don't explore something around them. Exactly, Lord Explorers. Yes. Yes. Because a 2-hour video, Devon, If he went to his YouTube analytics and looks, yeah, and he's got a 2-hour video. Devon has one that's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. A lot of people watched it. They watched 5 minutes at the beginning or 10 minutes at the beginning, and then they skipped to this part and skipped to this part. His watch time out of a 136-minute video really wasn't very good. I don't think a single one of them probably watched a whole, well, maybe more than one watched 136 minutes. His channel's watch time bears that out. So if you are looking for watch time on your channel, if you ever want to get monetized to try to make a penny back for gas or food on these trips, break them up. Honestly, I think that works best. It just does. A lot of people have problems sitting and watching a really long video of any type on YouTube, except live streams. Live streams are interactive. As you guys say something, I can say something back and adapt. I can say something, you can put your 2 cents in. A recorded video can't do that. Live can. So that's where you can go long. They're still here though, Brian. Trust me. Exactly, Bobby. Jericho's Asylum video is definitely one of the best examples of that lately. Sorry, I'm reading here. Wow. See, Steve, now, if that video, 1 hour and 37 minutes, let's say you cut that up into 4 22-minute parts. You had to edit a little more out, cut it up in 4 20 to 23-minute parts, let's say. You might have got 200 videos per 200 views per video. 200 times 4 is 800 views. And YouTube today, if you want to try to get anything back on us, that does make a difference. You're still showing the subscriber, the viewer, the explorer in the way you want to show it to them, but they get it in digestible, easy to handle pieces where they don't have to, sit down for. A lot of people watch on these. Remember, not a lot of people want to stare at this for 2 hours or an hour and a half. When your video comes out and they get a notification, a lot of people will watch your video on this. Not all, but a lot. So it's hard for them to, it depends how you do it. I just know that in a lot of people, Steve, they seem to work better if they do split them up. And I'm being dinged. It says, but Jericho tweeted recently. Needs some medication for that. Yeah, 355 views. For a video that long, I would have wanted that much work. I would have wanted more views. I think it just depends how you split them up. You got to find ways to split them up well. Leave cliffhangers. Like Bobby said, look at Jericho's last 4-parter. He split it especially well in a few areas to make sure cliffhanger ending. You're gonna come in for the next part next week. Way to do it. And look at his watches. Let's say if Jericho had posted that as one piece, I bet he would have gotten maybe 600 views. But now he's added up all 4 pieces, he's getting way over 600. Okay, Brian, what happened to abandoned homes? Why people left? Some are people just die and they have no family. Nobody takes it over. There's even a lag when there's no ownership at times where a house Sean and I did recently, the person died, there's no family, and the city hasn't taken an ownership yet. So if you got a dead person that's gone and the city doesn't own it, there's no ownership there. Some people owe too much money and have to leave, get actually drug out of their house or kicked out. Some, there's a lot of reasons. Some of them are hoarders and they're put in mental asylums. Some are foreclosed on that let back into the house. Some just get a great job and leave and just leave all the stuff they had. It was crap. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. One Sean and I saw recently when we were out on a trip a week or two ago. House was a HUD house. No joke. Housing Urban Development of America, the taxpayer dollars, paid for a nice house for illegal aliens, and they are illegal aliens. I'm not doing politics. I'm just saying facts. It's the illegal alien family was given taxpayer dollars and a home, and then they let it go. The payments they had were insanely small. They were paying like a tenth of what the place is worth, and they still trashed it and let it go and then left the house. So then the taxpayers are stuck with that. That can happen. I don't know, Steve. All I know is for most people, for 90+% of people on YouTube, breaking up a really long video does better than a long video. It just does. You just got to know how you break it up. Brian, if there's somebody to ask. A lot of times there isn't somebody to ask. Not somebody you can ask without getting yourself in trouble. Sometimes there's nobody. Sean got a hold of the bank on this one house because we're interested in seeing, almost purchasing and flipping the house, honestly. And found out that it was a HUD thing, and they actually, bank can't sell it. Bank is kind of stuck with it, and HUD is going to pay them off. Then HUD actually loses money, which is housing urban development. So taxpayers lose money on it. So a lot of times there isn't somebody to ask. Sometimes you can Google, find history on an address. Sometimes you'll find something in the house that'll tell you what happened. Sometimes Sean and I will talk to a neighbor of one house. Coming out, we talked to her, and she told us what happened. So sometimes you get to know, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're left wondering what happened, where'd they go, why. There you go, Lord Explorers. Yeah, I like that. Lord Explorers, that is a good way of putting it. Yeah, that worked, Lord Explorers. Bobby mentioned it. I saw it. A lot of people saw it. I think that'll work good for you. You did a good cut in the right spot. And the way you kind of moved into the second part was good. Hey, Ray, how's it going, man? But yeah, Brian, we do ask when we can. When we can ask, we do. We do try to search for in places to find out what happened. But sometimes you're left just wondering. Sometimes there's no way to find out. Sometimes finding out gets you in trouble, cause a problem. So what's up, Ray? How's it going, man? Wow. That must have been, for somebody to watch one that's 45 minutes and get 13,000 views, that's good. How long did it take to get 13,000 views? I mean, my biggest viewed video is, I can't remember how long, and I can't look at the moment. I think my biggest viewed video only has like 70,000 views, and I think it was 20 to 25 minutes long, I think. Yeah, Steve, that's the way a lot of YouTubers are, especially explorers. Exploring videos on YouTube right now seem to be about 10 to 20 minutes, somewhere in there. That seems to work the best percentage-wise, too, for views. But man, you got a 45-minute, I got 13,000. But what was the watch time on that 45 minutes, though? It's not the amount of views. Remember, it's the watch time. You may have 13,000 people go to it, but they'll watch 3 minutes out of the 45. Hey, Hack the Gate, how's it going? Well, I appreciate that. And yeah, Reddit is a great place to find a lot of pictures and videos from a lot of explorers. I go to Reddit a lot of times, just go through and watch videos and see pictures. It's great. But welcome. I'm actually getting near the end of my stream. I usually do 5:30 to 7:30-ish on every Tuesday night, man. You're welcome to stop back anytime. We did a review of an urban exploring video from a friend. He's an explorer in Greece, named Antonis M. If you want to go back to the early part of the stream and watch that or check his channel out, I said it's Antonis M on YouTube. He also posts some on Reddit here and there. But yeah, I'll probably be on another 5 minutes or so-ish, and that'll be about it for the night. I'm starting to lose my voice. Lord Explorers, they will. You're putting out a good quality exploring video. You got to be active in the exploring world, though. Talk to other explorers, post yours, watch theirs. Reddit. Reddit is a good place, as Hack the Gate can tell you. Reddit's a good place. He came from Derelict. Derelict is a great Reddit to post on for us. Just make sure if you go to Reddit, pay attention to each individual Reddit. They each have their own rules. Don't break the rules on each one. You'll break 1K, man. Trust me. Well, Bobby, yeah. If you don't like mind watching them long ones once in a while, you're actually one of the few. Many people go to YouTube. They don't look for the long videos. The longest things they look for are live streams. It's strange. People won't watch. On average, you'll watch a 10 to 20 minute video on YouTube, max. But if it's a live stream, they'll watch a 5-hour live stream. Yeah, Lord Explorers isn't doing too bad, man. It's only partially monetized, though, and I don't know why. YouTube won't tell me why. TubeBuddy won't tell me why. They say it's partially monetized. So I asked for a review, but you can't get a review until you hit 1,000 views. So I'm getting kind of hacked on that one, and YouTube won't tell me why. Nothing will. Yeah, the Fallout shelter was cool. That's a Sean find. That thing was buried so long. He drove by that for years. Then suddenly there it was in the open again. 8 to 10 months. That's not bad. I mean, I just wonder how many minutes it was watched. 13,000 views. How many minutes we're watching? You can do the math there and just find how many minutes each person watched it. You know, if let's say you have 10,000 minutes of watch time, you can do the math there. You 13,000 views, 10,000 minutes of watch time. You see that how much they watched. Less than a minute if it was that number. You get the idea. Well, thanks, Bobby. The Fallout video is great, and that's a Sean. He kept his eyes open to and from work all the time and saw that thing. He's like, dude, we got to get in there now while it's open. $11 minutes is the average time. See, so 11 minutes of a 45-minute video. That's not real good watch time. If you'd split it up into two 20-minute videos, it wouldn't take a lot to have topped that. Yeah, 11 minutes is not good on a 45-minute video. You network every day, Lord Explorers. Well, they're pretty much know when to release your videos. Release times make a big difference. Make sure you send, yeah, I know YouTube doesn't help lately. Notifications. Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, do it all. And make sure you keep making good vids. Hey, no problem, Jericho. Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming in, man. And you have a good night. Enjoy some television, because I'm going to do the same when I'm done here. I got chest therapy to do. Some more caffeine intake. I'm going to finish editing my expressway video. Thank you, Jericho. Oh, yeah, Lord Explorers. That is our best video. Is it 79K now? Wow. Yep. That video is... How old is that, Lord Explorers? Since you're looking at it. Yeah, that one is 79K. That's our biggest. But if you look at the rest of my videos, they're nowhere near that. I think our next highest is like 17K. So I think Urban Explorer Steve has a lot more. Of course, I think Steve holds your channel, man. And you got a lot more time for your videos to have built. That's not a shot, trust me. So if that came out wrong, sorry. There you go, Brian. So see, Brian, even whether you're exploring or not, you're just a fan of explorers, you've got an inquisitive mind. You have an exploring mind. You want to know, you want to see, you want to do, you want to learn about it. You want to watch it on here. A lot of people don't have that curiosity. The people that are like that, aren't like that, are the ones watching Big Bang Theory on reruns. You know, they've seen the episode 7 times tonight. the people with exploring minds are watching YouTube. You're not talking just urban exploring. They're watching Brenda's crafts show or something on here. People that really want to know or explore the world, know about the world, be curious, are on YouTube. "2015, sorry. Yes, 2015. They were, well, everything was kind of based on views, but back in the day. But even then, the bigger YouTubers looked at their analytics, Brian or Steve. Jeez Louise, Steve, and they'd look at their watch time. Analytics have always been there on YouTube. They'd look at their watch time and go, "Ooh, I'm not doing very good on this," because a lot of people want to share their stuff. And like I said, 11 minutes out of 45 minutes isn't high. Even before, a lot of stuff went to view time or watch time. The people that are monetized on YouTube back in the day, before all this new stuff, wanted more view time because more ads for more view time. If you have very short view time on a long video, you don't have a lot of ad space to try to make money back on all the videos you make. So that's, the analytics been used for a long time. But a lot of monetized people did use analytics then to get more watch time and figure it out, because that got more ads placed and more money back, especially back then. And once again, have a good one, but Jericho, appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's Brian. It is very. He's like, I think Bajerico and Urbexy are 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. Yeah, it's 2, 3 a.m. there. I know, Study Boy NZ, it's tomorrow, 11 a.m. there in New Zealand. Study Boy, if you're here. Something like that. No problem, Bobby. I appreciate you coming, hon. 7 months ago. Okay, there. Lord Explorers answered me. The military base video went up 7 months ago, and I got 79,000 views. And that is decently short. In fact, Sean and I are going over our footage because it was a long explore. The place is huge. We did have our vehicle on that base. We are that good. We got a whole vehicle on that base. That we actually were able to drive around. But we're thinking about going through. We got so much footage when we were there. Maybe doing a part 2. Because people have actually asked us. You left this out, you left this, or what about this? Well, did you see this? So maybe we should do a part 2. We're considering it. So 7 months ago. Hey, Exploring with Jay. Welcome back. I won't be on a lot longer. Losing my voice, and time-wise, I got a lot to do yet. And have a good night, Bobby. I think I already said that, too. Well, we'll be decently safe, Bobby. How's that? Like I said, I don't know how much I got of Sean doing his Spider-Man thing. But Sean did a good Spider-Man where if we'd have made a mistake, yeah, that'd have been bad. And we had no cell phone service out there in the middle of nowhere. Crap. There was a lot more banjo music sound going on in your head while me and Sean were than down in where Ray Ray explores. And I know the banjo mostly came from kind of Tennessee. But I'm sorry, it was back more in my area. I kept hearing banjos in my ears. 8 p.m. there, Exploring the J. It is, well, you're in the same time zone as me and Lord Explorer, so 8 p.m. here. Oh, Brian, you're an hour ahead. You're out, Virginia. You're by Fuzz. Fuzz TV is out in what, West Virginia? Yeah. Exactly, Steve. There you go. If it doesn't bother you, then do it the way you like. It really. I do this because I love it, and I want to share it with people. I do like the views because that means I share it with more people, but also, I'm never going to make a living off this. I know that, but if I can make a little bit to help out with gas on the trips, maybe help out with a meal after an Explorer or something, that's all I care. So I know I'm not exploring with Josh going to be making a living off this, trust me. You know, I was exploring since before he was alive. Huh. This one few years, but changed name 3 times. Yeah, there's another thing a lot of people we should talk about, guys. Yeah, Brian, it is real history. That stuff we do is. Sorry, I'm catching up here again. My sister channel. What's your sister channel, Jay? Do you regulate how far you can travel for an explorer, Brian? Oh, no. If I have the health and the money to get there in time, I'll go. Um, if Pacherico was here, he could tell you no, because him and I would like to get to a point, maybe in a few years, him and I could go to Japan together and explore. And I would do that. I want to go to Florida. I've been to Texas. Okay, here's where I've been so far. This is since I've done YouTube. Remember, I did explore before, so I've been to other places. I'm just going to do the YouTube part. I've been Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, Indiana, Michigan, and I'm forgetting something. Crap, I am forgetting something. I'm missing one, I think. Oh well, that's where I've been so far. I've driven 10 hours each way to get to a place. That's how much I like it. Oh, B-Town! Jeez, Exploring a J, you could have told me that. B-Town Paranormal. I know you. I watch you, yeah. Jeez, that's sneaky. You're like going, yeah, if you said anything bad about B-Town, buddy, I'd have busted you out. Yeah, Lord Explorers, you have the same dream me and Bajerico do. Why is Japan a dream of a lot of explorers? Because the cops aren't real bad there, the people aren't real bad on explorers, and things don't get vandalized like they do here. When they leave something abandoned, it just sits. It's amazing. You don't have to sneak around as much. It's a lot more, I don't know, they're just a lot less freaky. And the places are so nice. And I want to see Japan. And the people there are clean. When they get sick, they put a mask on, which is good for somebody like me. They're trying not to spread bugs. Ah, mini golf course. That is so cool. I haven't had a mini golf course. I've had a bowling alley. You know, we had to leave really quick. Really quick. Wow. If I had something here to explore, Jay, I'll tell you, stop by on the way through and explore with me. I don't have anything here right now. So Sean and I were out driving the other day. There you go, Exploring Jay. Go talk to Lord Explorers. You know, it's probably out of your way, though, a little, isn't it? But Lord Explorers does good exploring. Check him out. He's a real explorer, and he'll show you some cool places. I need to go up there to explore with him. Heck, Sean might be able to go that far. Hey, Lord Explorers, do you guys do a lot of weekends? I know weekends can be sketchy because a lot of people are home and looky-loos. So we try to do weekdays too, but Sean's new job is very restrictive. I can go on weekdays. He cannot. You've had 3 golf courses? You suck. Stop hogging them. Send me one. That's a mini golf. Huh. Now, Exploring with Jay, do you have Instagram and Twitter under your Exploring with Jay then? Or just B-Town? Because Lord Explorers is on Instagram. I Instagram him all the time. Explore anyway? Okay, usually early mornings. Okay. Well, I'll talk to Sean then, Lord Explorers, and see when he can get away. On a Saturday or Sunday. He kind of owes me. I just worked on his car and his daughter's car. I think I probably saved him around $2,000. So he owes me, his wife owes me. She's the one that kind of, hey, spend some time with us. Now he's got to go, well, come on, he helped. So I'll talk to Sean. I'll hit you up, Lord Explorers, and we'll have to come up there and have you be our guide, man. Be exploring the CF hosted by Lord Explorers. How's that? And maybe I can get you some more views. Oh, sorry, Jay. Just a sec. Just a sec. Wait a minute. That didn't work. I'm actually trying here. There. Try it now, Jay. And Lord Explorers, you are a moderator, man. You know, some reason here is not showing you as a wrench. I just checked. You are a moderator, Lord Explorers. It says, when I click you, it says remove moderator. I'm like, well, I'd prefer not to. So I don't know why, but you're a moderator, but you have no wrench on here. And I just made Jay one, so. I don't do that for everybody, guys, so, you know, don't abuse it. I don't know why it's not showing Lord Explorers as a wrench. Hey! Well, I just re-clicked it, man. I just re-clicked it, Lord Explorers. I went to click on you. I'm like, why doesn't have a wrench? It says remove moderator. So I just closed it. Now you're wrenched. Dude, you were wrenched a couple weeks ago. I don't know why I didn't show. I didn't notice till Exploring with Jay said something to me. I'm like, what the heck is going on? That's why I noticed you're right above. I'm like, Lord Explorers doesn't have a wrench. Weird. Oh, no, Lord Explorers, I've seen your videos. I've talked to you. I'm not, yeah, no, you're good. Well, there you go. Link a new tab. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get this thing to go there. Twitter. Follow. There we go. Just followed you, Exploring with Jay. Nice vet. Oh, I'm going to get off here, everybody. I've been on for a little while longer than I needed. Well, not needed to be, but wanted to be. I'm losing my voice pretty bad. I'm hungry. And I'm sure my wife's up there kicking the floor going, hey. She had a really long day. She was going to dig a little trench to where we're going to put our gutter underground out to the street. She found a piece of some old highway piece. Rebar and everything. Huge piece of highway standing on end, bearing in our yard. This thing is so big, our Dodge Ram truck won't budge it. It wouldn't budge it no matter what. It's huge. So, crazy. But I'm sorry, Lord Explorers. You were a mod 2 weeks ago, dude. I don't know why it took me to click again to get you to come up. That's messed up. I already followed you, Jay. But hey, everybody, thanks for coming. I am going to get out of here and go eat some food, do some chest therapy, stuff like that. But thanks a lot. I'll talk to you next Tuesday. And when I put up notification for the next stream, I will let you know who on this list of videos we will be going over next week for the review. Till next Tuesday at 5:30, unless I do a live Explorer between here and then. Exploring the CF. Talk to you guys later.